Hello again and welcome to another Mordian Glory Battle Report. Today we have another 2,000 point game for your viewing pleasure, and we will be using the leaked Guard Codex once again. So to be clear, this isn't the official final version that has hit the shelves. This is the leaked version that has been circulating around the internet the last few weeks, and we are going to try it out and see how good it is on the battlefield. What's going to be really interesting is when we've done these leaked battle reports, how they end up comparing to the final version of the Codex that hits the shelf. But for now, let's take a look at what the Guard are taking on today. So here we have 2,000 points of Sam's Adeptus Mechanicus in the battle bunker. It's good to have you back on the channel, Sam.
Oh, thank you.
And do you want to take us through your list today?
Yeah, we'll start off on the right.
Okie dokie.
Here's the HQs. I have got, at the far end, there's an Inquisitor.
Oh, very nice.
Ordo Malleus Inquisitor. He is a Psyker, and he has a foresword and a bolt pistol.
Is he the classic double smite Inquisitor?
No, he's just a normal. It's just one caster.
Ah, okay, interesting.
Then we have Belisarius Cole, the man himself. He's paid for his Warlord trait today. Nice. So he has his 4-up infant and his -1 to damage.
That's very nice, makes him very tanky.
Then we have our Tech Priest. He has an Eradication
Beamer.
ray.
Yeah.
That's the one. And he has a Macro Stubber. He's also paid to have the Logi upgrade as well. So he's part of the Logi.
Very cool.
Then we have 4 units of Scutari.
Very nice. Where do you want to start with
the
these?
far back right there is 11 men in a Vanguard regiment. This is all WYSIWYGs, so they have arc rifle, plasma culverin.
Yeah.
On the specs, and the lead guy himself has an arc pistol and a taser goad.
Oh, very nice. You don't often see the taser go, but it's one of my favourite weapons for Admech. They just look cool.
Then we have another little 5 mana. Oh, yeah.
That's all right. Doesn't matter which order we do it in.
There's a little 5 mana as well. They just got a plasma, and the leader has his little pistol and a sword.
Very cool.
Then little 5-man ranger squad, just as they are, but with a big rifle.
Big old rifle. Nice.
Then a 10-man squad at the back. Once again, all WYSIWYGs. So you've got the data tether, you've got an arc rifle, plasma, bigger rifle. Then the leader himself's got I believe it's an arc maul and a blaster. Phosphor blaster, I think it's called.
Oh, very nice. It's always good to see people cracking out those extra little upgrades and stuff. It does make the sergeants look a lot more distinctive than everything being cookie cutter. Although you are Admech. I suppose I could go either way, couldn't it? Because sometimes Admech people like to customise themselves, and sometimes they like everything to be standard off the assembly line. Could go either way, I suppose.
Depends how you feel at the time, I guess.
Exactly. Well, how do you wake up in the morning and you feel like, ooh, what bionic do I want today?
Depends what your factory workers are forced to make.
That's true indeed. That's very true.
We have our servitors, the destroyer versions, and they've got plasma cannons, and they've got their sidearm, which is basically a stronger stubber.
Very nice.
Then we got a small contingent of rust stalkers, just 5, blades and claws all around.
The spindliest models ever created by Games Workshop.
Yes.
I think I've never seen you pull these out of your case and not immediately reach for the glue and start fixing them.
Yep. The arms full off, the swords full off, they're awful.
Yeah.
And then we have a little fast attack, just a little dragoon, just around the field.
Nice.
Just because it's cool. And then we got the robots, which I still haven't found their niche yet. They seem to be...
They were very good in the last Codex, and they're a little bit now.
They're led by Data Smith as well. He's his own separate unit now, but he makes them core, which is very nice.
That is very nice. Wow, okay.
Then we got the Onaga Dream Crawler.
Ah, yes.
With his big old gun. He's got I think it's not the Eradication Beam, it's the Neutron Laser, there we go.
Yeah.
And he's got 2 extra heavy stubbers on him as well.
Oh, man, I love a good stubber.
Then we got I can't remember what it's called, just going to call it the Floaty Tank.
The floaty boat tank.
Yeah, with his bigger cannon, and he's got 3 stubbers as well, and missiles on the front.
That's the affectionately named Thunderhammer cannon, isn't it? Because it basically launches Thunderhammers at people stats-wise.
AP-3, 3 damage.
Nice.
And then we got the Raptor, who has his las cannon, 2 phosphor blasters on the front, and 2 stubbers.
And is the unit that is responsible in Games Workshop for now everyone only being allowed to take 2 flights.
Yeah.
So that's a brilliant 2,000 point list. It's great to have Sam back in the Battle Bunker playing some 40k. We've done a lot of bolt action recently, but it's nice to every so often just go back and play a bit of 40k. Now, that is the Admech. Now we'll stop cock teasing these guys, Sam, and we'll show them the Guard units. So here we have 2,000 points of the new Imperial Guard. All of this is going to fit inside a single brigade, and my custom regiment traits for today will be Swift as the Wind and Armoured Superiority. What that means is all the infantry have 1 extra movement and the vehicles have 2 extra movement, and the Armoured Superiority means that each vehicle counts as 5 models when on an objective. So that's actually pretty good. It means they They can take some objectives, and also they can be pretty fast about it. So we'll start off over here with the HQ stuff. So we've got 2 tank commanders, these old school Russes, these venerable old school Russes being commanded by a couple of tank commanders, and they've each got a battle cannon, a las cannon, and 2 heavy bolters. We've then got 2 more HQ choices, and we've got 2 command squads, each one with a regimental standard, master vox, medic, a regular guy, and then the officer's got a bolt pistol and a chainsword. We've then got the elites, which is 2 commissars and a tech priest engine seer. Then we've got some fast attack, and I've gone for 3. What was it? Bane Wolves. That's the one. The ones with the chem cannons. Never used them before, so I thought, you know what? We'll give them a spin with the new Codex. I then got 3 heavy support choices, and I've got 2 Lemurus exterminators with triple heavy bolter and 1 basilisk. And then I've got 8 units of Cadian shock troopers. Each one has got 2 special weapons, a Voxcaster, and the sergeant has got a drum-fed autogun. So I'm using these old-school 2nd edition Stormtrooper models to represent the sergeants. And it's all WYSIWYG, so if it's got 2 plasma guns, it's got 2 plasma guns, and if it's got 2 melter guns, it's got 2 melter guns. My Warlord and Relic Bearer for today will be this commander here, and he will have the Warlord trait, Grand Strategist, which allows him to regain CP on a 5+, and his Relic will be the Auto Reliquary of Tiberius, which allows him to do 1 additional order. Now, I know some people are going to be looking at this list and scratching their head and thinking some of these options were a little bit weird. Why is he taking Exterminators and why is he taking Basilisk, not a Manticore and all that kind of good stuff? Well, to be honest, guys, I just wanted to take a load of new stuff that we could show off the new Codex with. I know I'm breaking one of my golden rules, Morning Glory, taking less than 100 infantry. I know, guys, but I'm hoping that the Bane Wolves will be able to sort of act as extra screening if I need it. And also, again, I decided to sacrifice a little bit of infantry to fit in some more cool stuff. So I just wanted to mention that at the beginning, just in case some people thought it might be a bit weird where I've taken some of these choices. But we just want to see what's cool and what works, basically. Yeah. So that's it for the armies. We will be back with the battlefield after deployment, and we'll go through mission and secondaries then as well. So here we have the field of battle after deployment. The green and blue of the Mordians facing off against the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Mordians have deployed into 3 distinct castles. We've got Leman Russ and Tank Commander with about 40 infantry down here. We've then got another unit of infantry with some tanks and the Basilisk. And then sneaking out on the flank here, we've got a few infantry just to try and help hold that objective. We've been kind of aggressive with the, I'm going to keep getting this wrong, Bane Wolves. I keep want to call them Devil Dogs. Bane Wolves. The reason we've done it like that is I can always spend a CP to smoke screen that one. And then these 2 will be protected by the dense cover anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem. Moving over to the AdMech, we've got a cheeky unit of Rangers with the anti-tank rifle here. We've then got some Rangers with some tanks and the Tech Priest. So big old fire base here, very nice.
Moving out.
Moving up, we've got is this like a little tactical column?
Yeah, these are the vanguards. So they're going to start running. They just want to be safe for the first turn.
Nice. And then we've got back here another little castle with all the robots, essentially. This is Robot House. Now, you've deployed your Raptor here, obviously, because it can go pretty far. And you've done your Rustalkers down here because they have an ability or a stratagem to jump up in the sky and come down again if they want to.
They come off the table edge, they can come on another table edge within 9 of an enemy unit.
Nice. So even though they are a combat unit, they've actually got a lot of maneuverability, like an inbuilt sort of semi-deep strike kind of thing. All right, very good. So that is the deployment. Now let's take a look at the mission. So today's mission is going to be the Scouring, and that is where there are 5 objectives, 1 in the middle and then 2 in each player's deployment zone. You score 4 victory points for holding 1, 8 victory points for holding 2, and an additional 4 victory points if you hold more than your opponent. For secondaries today, the Adeptus Mechanicus have taken Bring It Down, you have taken Raise the Banner, and you've taken Warp Ritual. I don't have a Psyker, so that's actually a really good one for Sam to take there. The Imperial Guard have taken Inflexible Command, Special Orders, and Boots on the Ground, because those 3 are pretty much an auto take anytime that you are playing with the Guard. So for terrain today, the ruined houses here will be dense terrain. So you can see that we have 2 bits of dense on the board. The big 2-story L-shaped buildings will be obscuring terrain. So you can see we've got 2 in the middle covering the central objective, and then we've got 2 in each player's deployment zone. And then the last bit of terrain to go over is these little one-story walls here. They are neither obscuring or dense. They are just line of sight blocking, as in sort of true line of sight blocking. But the one thing is, if you're on a little bit of lip there, you will gain light cover. So they do have an extra bit of terrain feature there. So that is all of the terrain and the mission. And now it's time just to work out who's going to go first. So we have the world's smallest dice tray. Sam, would you like to roll the dice first?
All right, let's go for it.
It's a 5. That's a strong start. Okay, let's see what I get. A 3. That means you will be going first.
Don't get a choice.
So we'll be back after your command and movement phase. So a fairly active command and movement phase for the Admech. In your command phase, you decided just to go for the...
just the Shroud Psalm.
Shroud Psalm, that's the one.
I'm saving off all Scutari ones for now, because I'll use one later turns.
Fair enough. We ummed and ahed over which one Sam should use, and he decided, you know what? I don't need anything right now. I'd just be wasting it, so I'll hold off.
You only get 4, so...
Fair enough. Makes sense to me. So that was his command phase, and then in his movement phase, the Crab Tank and the Thunderhammer Launcher Floaty Boatman floated over that way, and then a unit of Rangers just tucked behind that wall, raised the banner over here. Everyone else sort of advanced forward, supporting the tactical column. We had another small unit raise a banner over here, so those little 5-man squads have kind of done their job now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if I don't take this banner off Sam, he's now guaranteed like 10 points, and if I ever do put it down, he can try and put it back up again. So it's pretty good. He moved his robots into the dens here, which means that they will now not suffer the -1 when they shoot, but if I shoot at them, I'll suffer the -1 to hit. And then the last thing to say is the big old Stratoraptor flew super far over here. Birdman, ho! And it flew over here, and it's got a great angle on all of my hidden units. So imagine if you take 7 or 8 of these, Sam. That would be good, wouldn't it? So
they're expensive, though.
They are expensive, that is true. So we are now going to go into the psychic and shooting phase. Okay, so into the psychic phase. Sam, what are you doing?
Just doing my ritual.
What ritual? It's a 3, I believe.
Yeah, just 3. 2 dice, isn't it?
2 dice on a 3.
Come on, lad.
Hey, look, you've got a better chance of pelsing than failing it, essentially. But if you do fail it, you also perils.
Yeah, no, it's weird. But that is it for psychic?
That's it for psychic. Okay, we'll go straight into shooting then. Yeah, into shooting. Do you know what you're doing next?
Yes, I will go with this Onager first.
Okay, where's it going?
It's going to go straight into that Behemoth in the middle.
In the Behemoth in the middle. Okay.
In fact, can we see the one? We're going to go to the one at the end, actually.
Okay, so you can combine firepower.
Exactly.
Very good.
So, Stubber is probably going to be wasted. I'll measure out in a minute.
We'll measure it. Yeah, do the big guns
So
first.
big gun, D3 shots, 2 shots.
Nice. You'll be hitting on -1 because of the dense.
So 4s.
Okay.
2 hits.
Oh, very good.
Strength 10.
3s to wound.
2
Okay,
wounds,
2
AP
wounds.
-4, but your armor of contempt.
That becomes AP -3, so that means I will get a 6-up save against this. All right, let's see if we get any 6s. Nope. So what is the damage there?
I believe it is D3 +3.
Okay, so we'll just check the damage and then we'll be back in a second. So it is D3 +3 damage. So let's see what this bad boy can do.
Oh, so it does 6 and 4, 10 down.
It's got 1 wound left, baby. We'll have to check if those stubbers are in range now, I think.
Going to, yeah.
All right, we'll check the stubbers and we'll be back. Oh, let's do it live. Let's do it live. 36 inch range.
Yeah.
You are in range. All right, so he
Stubbers.
just needs 2 stubbers to try and plink off some wounds here. Oh, man.
You can do it, lad.
Okay.
Okay, not great on this. Actually,
No, that's very good on
That's
the
very
shooting.
good.
Sam, you're absolutely smashing it.
Come on, Stubbers. So
All right,
6
5s. Yeah, I'm just from 7.
Oh, nice. 1.
Oh, no.
Oh.
This is where I really wish I paid 5 points for Armour Tracks to give me a 2+ save, but there we go. Okay, it's a 3-up save. Oh, he's still going. All right. Okay, and do you know what you're going to do next?
I'm going to follow up with this guy.
Now, what's he going to do?
He's going to shoot the big cannon into that. Basically, he's shooting. The only thing he can see is that, so he's going to throw.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That's very fair of you. Okay, so everything into the 1 wound bad boy. All right.
All right, so Thunderhammer cannon first. 3 dice.
2 hits.
2 hits.
Very nice.
Okay. Strength 8. So 3s. 1 wound.
Very nice.
AP
AP.
-3, so 2 for
AP
you.
because my 2, so 5-up save. No, do I
3.
want to see it? It's not much else that could actually shoot it. I do have the stubbers. I'm probably like
It has got 2 more. It's got missiles coming in and stubbers.
Oh, it's got missiles
It only
coming in.
shows 7 missiles though.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We'll let it go. It does explode. All right, so that is going to be D3 mortal wounds to everyone within 3 inches. We'll be back in just a second. Okay, so we've got D3 mortal wounds coming in on this one. This one is the one that just died. Of course it died. It's the one that is a converted Chimera model. It's not a true... Not a true Bane Wolf, Hellhound / Devil Dog. And then we've got another D3 mortal wounds coming here. So we'll do D3 mortal wounds on his brother Devil Dog for 2. Actually, you should really be rolling this, Sam. Do you want to roll the other one?
Okay.
For the infantry squad? 3. There we go. So 3 infantry blokes dead and 2 wounds on the Devil Dog. All right, we'll remove that model and we'll be back in just a moment. So after the dust has settled, we've lost a Bane Wolf. Sam has gained 2 victory points for that because he took Bring It Down, and 3 of my guys have died. And then we're going on to another bit of shooting. He's got 3 of the big robots coming in here, and he's going to be firing into my other Bane Wolf here. I have spent a CP for Smokescreen, which means you'll be -1 to hit. So what are you hitting on now?
5.
5. And how many shots do you have? Many?
18.
18, okay.
So yeah, 3 from each of the front guns, and they've also got extra shots coming in from their back guns, which are now different weapons.
Okay, fair enough.
So this is from the Referal guns first, and then 5s. Nope.
Okay, well, we'll let you pick those out and we'll see what the end result. Now we've got the rerolls coming in thanks to Call.
And 1 lad.
And we'll see where that ends up. Okay, now wounding on 5s.
Come on, lad.
We'll see how many that is. How many do you reckon?
5.
5 wounds. All right, let me grab my dice and we'll see what my saves are. So these are 5 saves at AP dash thanks to Armor Contempt. So I have failed 2 of them, so that will be 4 damage going through. Nice. All right, we'll put that on, and then we'll be back with the next bit of shooting.
Which is the same robots.
It's going to be the robots again, is it? Okay, we're back in just a moment. Yeah, we'll do the rest. I'll tell you what, we'll do the rest of the shooting off camera unless something really exciting comes along. So after the dust had settled, Sam was able to pick up the other Bane Wolf. That's a real shame. I did actually remember to use my Warlord trait, and I regained a CP for using Smokescreen. But then when I used a CP for a CP reroll against the las cannons that Sam was shooting at it from this plane, but unfortunately it still went through and it just died. Yeah. Sam then also put all his mini Dakka into the squad down here and managed to kill 5 of them. By mini Dakka, we're talking Phosphor and Stubbers from the flyer. Still 6, still pretty good. And that managed to kill 5, but they passed their leadership check. And the squad over there lost through from the explosion, also passed their leadership check. So end of the turn, I've lost 2 Bane Wolves. Wow, I genuinely was not expecting that. I thought I've got -1 on all of them. That'll be really tasty. Or, reduce them down to like hitting on, as you saw, sort of 4s and 5s. But Sam he got those hits through, which is...
I did roll really well.
And to be fair, when you get hits through with Admech guns, they hurt, yeah. So that's fair enough. A lot that'll teach me for putting them out a bit too exposed. I probably should have just hidden them a little bit, but I was obviously conscious of their really short range. So that is the end of the Admech turn. They've raised 2 banners. They've got 4 points for Bring It Down, and yeah, that is it. So we will be back at the beginning of the Guard turn. So Imperial Guard command and movement phase. The tank column has moved forward aggressively. We're going to try and take on the enemy's long-range anti-tank, getting into a bit of a tank duel. We outnumber them 2 to 1. Hopefully we can do it. And then we also had the infantry here have moved forward onto the objectives there. And the rest of the infantry has sort of just shuffled forward a bit, but generally speaking has stayed hidden away until we've had a chance to deal with those scary, scary robots. Now, in terms of, that was my movement. Now, obviously I had my command phase, my orders as well. In terms of my orders, I did take cover on both of these squads, which means they will have light cover and, thanks to the dens, be -1 to hit as well. And then I also did on all the other infantry, I did take A, which gives me +1 to hit, +1 AP. The tank orders, I did Gunner's Kill on Sight on everything, which means they all have reroll 1s to hit. So I don't have a psychic phase. Oh, I should also say a couple of actions I did. I have blown up that objective with special orders, and I have done scan, or spec scan on that objective there to get me some points there. And the last thing to mention is my tech priest did put a 5% vulnerable save on this tank commander here, which he's not happy about. I'm not sure how much it'll come up, but he's got it now.
Why does mine not do that?
Why does mine not look like that? So that is the movement and command phase, and technically also the psychic. We'll be back with some shooting. So we're going to open up with this tank commander first. He is going to fire his gun into the crab walker here. Now he should be able to draw a line of sight that doesn't go through the dents to every visible part of your model. I'm going to come across this little bit here. These two would definitely be suffering from dents, but I think I can get these two to get past this bit here and be able to see your crab walker.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go for the tank commander first. Now he's going to have D6 plus 3 shots on his battle cannon, and his las cannon's also going to go into you, but his heavy bolters aren't in range, so they're going to go into your flyer. Okay. Just to let you know. So battle cannon first, number of shots, 2, but plus 3 becomes 5.
That's really good, actually.
So much more reliable. Yeah. It's not the 2d6 that it was before. Now, bear in mind, if this was an old battle cannon, I'd probably have like 7 or 8 shots because it'd be 2d6. But, you know, anyway. So now we're hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, thanks to turret weapon and gunner's kill on sight. So we've got one miss there. And then we've got one dice roll here. Just in case I didn't mention it in the briefing, we're not using Hammer of the Emperor in this battle report. The reason being is right now in the leaked codex, there is some ambiguity about whether you get to pick regiment traits or Hammer. In the last battle report I did use Hammer of the Emperor. And in this one, I've spoken to Sam beforehand and said, we're not going to use it. And we're going to see how it feels. Because if the final codex drops and I do have to pick, it'll be good to actually, play test which one I prefer before the codex drops. So just to let you guys know, that's how we're running it today. But anyway, no hammer here today, no 6s to hit. But these are my hits. Now, I'm wounding you on 3s, I imagine, because you're toughness 7?
Yep, toughness 7.
Okay, so that is going to be 3 wounds. Now, this is AP minus 2. Okay. And so you'll be on a 5-up save, but each one of these that goes through is flat 3 damage.
This could hurt.
Yeah.
Come on, 5s. Oh.
Now you can count that as well. You can count that one. So there was 1 6 that landed outside of the tray, and 2 that went through. So that will be 6 damage, unless you want a CP one.
I've got a lot more coming in my way, so no.
Okay, so 6 damage. So how many does he have left?
I believe he has 5.
Okay, nice. All right, so good chunk from that first battle cannon. So we'll do the las cannon now. Now that misses because he's not. Yeah, no, it's not -1. He's just hitting on 4s for tank commanders. Weird, right? So we'll do the heavy bolters and stuff off camera because they're going to be going into a different unit. We're going to keep the camera rolling for now because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire this chap and he's going to do exactly the same thing. Heavy bolters up there and auto cannons down to here. So he's going to have 6 shots. I don't need to roll for the random shots for him. And he's also going to be hitting on 3s. Miss with that too. So that would be 2 hammers, but we're not using it today. We'll just sort of keep a sort of mental track of how it's going. That would have been 3 hammers. So that is my hits now. It's now strength 8.
So 3s again.
So it's 3s again. Okay. Now these are also -2, but these are only 2 damage each.
It still really hurts. So 5s.
So that's actually going to kill him unless you want to use a CP.
I have to use a CP.
Okay, he's going to use a CP reroll on this.
All right, clear this. I'm going to use a green one. Actually.
He's going to use a green dice. He's getting the voodoo. He wants to use the green dice. Hey! So that crab tank, is going to be alive on 2 wounds. Now, we'll resolve the heavy bolters off camera and then we'll be back with some other shooting. So after the heavy bolters had finished shooting, they did a single wound to the Stratoraptor. It's a crazy tank command hitting on 5s, man. It feels so wrong, but the turret weapons feel nice. Next we're going to shoot is the Basilisk because I was thinking, do I want to shoot some more Leman Russes over here? But I realised if I can finish this off with the Basilisk, then I can use my other 2 Leman Russes to try and do some damage to this guy over here. Makes sense to me. So let's do the Basilisk first. So it's D6 plus 3 number of shots. That's 8 shots.
This is indirect, right?
This is indirect, and I will not be going over any dents. This is the dents, and the Basilisk is there.
Oh, does that count for...
Yeah, so technically if the Basilisk was here and was shooting over this, even though it's indirect, it would still suffer the -1.
That is ridiculous.
It's stupid, but yeah, there we go. But I'm not, and it's not the case in this battle, and it's why I put the Basilisk in that central position. Yeah. So it's going to be hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s thanks to Gunner's Kill on Sight. So that would be 1 more hammer, and we have missed with those, and there's no re-rolls.
There's still 4 hits, though.
Yep, still 4 hits.
So 3s again.
And then it's going to be, strength 10, yeah. So that's 3 wounds. Now these are AP -3, so you'll be on 6 ups.
Got a 5 invulnerable.
It's got a 5 invulnerable save, but if you fail... do you want to use your green dice first? Yeah, I thought let's get the green dice going. Now, you've used your CP reroll already.
If he goes, he goes.
He goes, he goes. I just need 1 of these to go through.
Come on. They all go through.
They all go through. So he is going to die. Now, does he explode? No, do you want to use a green dice for this? Because it might roll high. Okay.
Yeah.
No, there we go. So I have managed to kill the first crab tank. And now I'm going to shoot, basically guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot these two on camera, and all of the little itty bitty infantry shots are going to go into the flyer there. So we'll resolve all of that stuff off camera. But we'll do these two tanks first. We'll just have a little cut and then we'll be back with the next two tanks. So we've got this first tank commander coming in here. He's going to fire into the floaty boat tank down here.
Scorpius.
The Scorpius, that's the name. So let's find out the number of shots. D6 plus 3. 7. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That is the average of what it used to get. That's 6. That's 7. So this guy is going over the dents. So it will be 4s, rerolling 1s. No rerolls there. No hammers either. So you see, hammer is good, but I've not felt it so far.
Could have helped it earlier.
I've dropped 1 there, so these are going to be 2 at -2, so you'll be on a 5-up save. Each one that goes through will be 3 damage.
Okay, save 1, so 3
that's
damage.
just 3 damage. I've got a las cannon coming in there as well, hitting on a 5 thanks to the dense terrain.
Okay.
That does manage to get a hit.
Yay.
And does it get a wound? It does not, and I have no way of rerolling that.
Oh,
Can't.
CP? You
Have I not used a CP yet?
No.
Okay, no, I always save my CP for damage.
Okay.
I've kind of already achieved. I thought all the tanks would only kill the one vehicle, you see. So
Fair enough.
anything I do now, I consider bonus damage. Heavy bolters and storm bolter will go off into the plane. We'll do that off camera. So we'll move on to the next tank, which is going to be this bloke down here, and he's got his 6 auto cannon shots. Now he is going to put everything into your floaty boat, man.
I'm actually more scared of the autocannon than the battle cannon, so let's see.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been poo-pooing the autocannon, but I think
it's reliably
same strength, same AP, just 1 less damage.
Yeah.
But it always does 6 shots. I like it, man.
It's good.
First time I could ever say I like an exterminator autocannon, because normally they're terrible.
So
these will be 3s because it's the turret weapon. That's a miss.
No 1s to reroll.
No, there is actually a regiment trait called Elite Shock Troops that just gives you 1 free reroll per unit. And I feel like if you've got reroll 1s plus that, you're always going to hit with pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like, because you think about it, I've got a 2 every single time.
So this guy, I believe, is toughness 7. Yes, he is.
Okay. 2 fails.
But still 6 damage.
Well, it's
Potential 6.
potentially 6 damage.
Okay, so 8 -2 again, so 5.
Yeah.
1. Yes.
Hey!
1.
So 4 damage, we've taken 7.
Yep.
And then we've got the heavy blotters coming in here.
He's got 5 left.
Yeah, so the reason I took this configuration, this is sort of chatting to Sam and chatting to the viewer, is because I've always kind of had a soft spot for Dakka tanks, ones that put out a lot of bullets. And normally you do that with a Punisher cannon, but I've always kind of wanted to do it with an exterminator. So that's why I put triple heavy bolter. I know technically the las cannon is the same points cost, but I like the idea of just having a tank that is a Dakka tank.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better statistically, it just sort of feels like a specialized role. So this is the heavy bolters coming in, hitting on 4s, because they're not turret weapons, rerolling 1s.
Oh, nice. Gets to reroll some 1s. 2 hammers as well.
2 would-be hammers. Oh, so they all hit.
Would have been 3 hammers.
Yeah, it would have been 3 hammers, but we're not doing that today. Just to see, because if we have to give it up, it's nice to see,
how it works.
and for our viewers to be like, oh, which would I rather have here? And so far, I'd rather have the regiment trait, to be fair. But anyway. Wounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that was...
man. Come on.
Good old... Dakka tanks are back on the menu if you can roll really high.
So 6 through.
These are -1.
Yeah, so 4s.
Yeah.
This could actually really hurt.
This could hurt him.
Oh, missed.
That will be 6 damage.
So he's gone.
He's gone. Wow.
Does he blow?
You do really notice it when people don't have Armor of Contempt.
Oh, yeah.
You do really notice it. Okay, so that's all of my big firepower done.
Good shoot.
That was better than expected, but you killed 2 of my vehicles as well, which I wasn't expecting. So I think we just both rolled a little bit higher than we probably should have done. But we'll do the rest of the little bits. So we've just got a couple of heavy bolters here off camera. We'll do the infantry, which is all basically going to gang up on this plane, and we'll see if we can kill it. And then that will be the end of the guard turn. And after the infantry all finished shooting, it took the last shots, but we did manage to plink the flyer out of the sky. Sam then auto-exploded it and did loads of mortal wounds. He killed about 10 infantry roughly in total, and then did some wounds to the basilisk as well. Fortunately, I did pass my morale test. Little thing that we did notice was that I didn't really feel the hammer on the tanks, but I definitely wished I'd had Hammer of the Emperor on the infantry.
Way better job.
Yeah, they were good with the +1 to hit though.
And the extra AP was nice as well.
Yeah. Another thing I noticed is I didn't have my Castellan in this list, which meant no real ones to hit for the infantry. That would have also made a big difference. I think if you're going forward, you probably want to take a 1-to-1 ratio of command squad to Castellan, so you've got lots of reroll auras. But the big thing that we noticed was that game was the firepower that the tanks could put out.
The flat damage. Oof.
That was the biggie. Yeah. The flat damage and the fact that autocannons are now strength 8 now means that if you're shooting any medium vehicle, you go from winning on 4s to winning on 3s.
It's a big difference.
Big difference. So the end result of that, at the end of sort of round 1 for both teams, I've lost 2 vehicles and about 20 infantry, and I don't have that much infantry. So I've lost about sort of, let's say about 400 points worth of stuff. And Sam's lost about 500 points of stuff, but he's lost his anti-tank, but he does have these guys which can mop up some vehicles. He has wounded a couple of my other vehicles, and he's also obviously got little plasmas and stuff in his squad, so he's not totally lost all his anti-tank. It's just interesting how the guard vehicles definitely seem to come off.
3 is amazingly good.
I think guard tank spam is definitely going to be the way when the codex drops. I keep being consistently.
If that was D3, it would have changed that damage to 2. So 3. Would have been winning on 4s. It's so much better.
It's so much, the tank weapons have got a lot better.
Less shots, but better damage.
Yeah, 100%. So I think if this had been old guard and I was using this exact list, I would have been lucky to kill one of those, and then the other one would probably still be fine, and that plane would probably still be running around.
I reckon it would have died. You would have used hammer, wouldn't you?
Yeah. To be fair, I would have hammered. So maybe the plane and one vehicle would have died, but not both vehicles and the plane. But that is the end of turn 1, and we'll go into AdMech turn 2 now. In terms of points, we're both fairly equal. I've done a couple of actions, but Sam's killed a couple of vehicles. So we're back at the end of command and movement phase for the AdMech. So we've come over to the AdMech side of the board to take a look at what they're going to do. And for their command phase, they decided to have their Canticle as a extra dice when charging and advancing, and then discard the lowest. That is the Invocation of Machine Vengeance. And then you also went for something on your Skitarii as well, didn't you?
Sorry, a +1 weapon skill, -1 ballistic skill. Nothing is shooting this turn, so why not?
That's interesting, yeah. Because if we come around here, if we actually have a look, Sam is not going to be doing much shooting this turn. He's moved his robots over here. They can't actually draw line of sight to anything, but they now have an ability where they ignore AP -1 and 2.
Because they're near the low guy, and because they're now core because of the data smith, rules.
Nice.
They're now AP -1 and AP -2 resistance. They take it down to 0.
So how Sam worked it out was he thought, I want to move in such a way that I can get that ability off, and he worked out which would be better, the -1 to hit or the ignore my AP, and I think ignoring the AP is massively better. So there we go. Because he's a 2-up save now, no matter what I hit him with. Basically a 2-up save, which is really cool. So then he moved forward with these guys here, and he moved forward with his Dragoon, and he's going to go for a charge off on the final Bane Wolf. I did not expect Sam to do that, so that's why I moved him there. And then Sam also used his teleport ability for 1 CP to jump up with them and drop down, and there are some infantry hiding behind there, which will hopefully get turned into mincemeat. So it's actually really interesting seeing you go for the combat stuff, but it actually makes sense because then I think turn 3 is going to be when shooting comes back into play for you. So that is your shooting phase. There's nothing.
No, but I've got a psychic phase.
He has got a psychic phase, so we'll do the psychic phase first.
Go on, Warp Rift.
Warp Ritual. He gets it off. That's another 3 points. Shooting is done.
There's literally nothing what can shoot.
Literally no shooting for an AdMech. This is crazy. So should we go straight into the charge phase? Yes, what are you going to charge with first? I can't overwatch you, so
I'll go with the Walker.
Go for the Walker. So it's 2. You get to roll an extra 1. Remember?
I do, yes. Okay, so roll next one. Discard the lowest. Okay.
That was the lowest. So 8 inches. Now remember, you only need to get to the wall to fight me through it.
Quite
easy peasy. So you move into there.
Cool.
Now, just so you know, I will be able to see him for return fire because he's in the terrain now.
I'm hoping he dies before that.
Okay, but this wall here is fully enclosed, so your Skitarii, if they charge in, won't be targetable.
Okay,
just to let you know. And then do you want to go for them as well?
Yeah, go for the squad.
Okay.
So it gets us into the line of sight blocker, hopefully.
Yeah, even more so. Wow, wow.
Supercharged.
Look at it go. See, guys,
Yeah,
like, if you know, this is the thing. A lot of people just sort of, like a robot, ironically, when they're using Skitarii, just go through the motions using the same things day in, day out. But actually, if you put a few tools in your toolbox, you can actually get the drop on your opponent, which Sam has certainly done here.
Where's that sergeant? There we go. There's that power mall. Hopefully that does something.
So you can see they're all fighting the tank through the wall, and they are now totally safe from pretty much any return fire, because that is a fully enclosed environment. So nice. And then you've got the Ruststalkers going into the infantry squad.
This is the one I want to go off.
This is a 9-inch charge.
Come on, lads.
He's going to get it. Look at that. Look at it go off, boys. So that is a really big move for Sam, because, again, I'm so used to fighting shooty Skitarii that I did not expect at all. And so what that means is Sam should take me off that objective.
I hope so.
And if he does so, it means that I will only get 4 points at the beginning of my turn. So I tell you what, let's pause it there, get some dice together, and do some combat. Sam has decided to go with his Ruststalkers first. He will be hitting on 2s and killing on 3s to wound. So let's see what you get.
As well.
Oh yes, he went for Assassination Protocols for next CP, just to make sure the job is done.
So this is the blades.
Here we go.
And on 2s, come on, lads. Oh.
That looks pretty good. That's one fail. We'll keep it rolling. Let's see. You just there's only, I think, 7 in the squad. So unless you roll a diabolical number of
3s, 6s, and mortal wounds.
Yeah.
And 8 minus 2, so hopefully just rip apart.
Yeah. Yeah, they're dead. They're dead. So that's the whole squad gone there. So we'll take those off, and we're back in a minute. Well done, Sam, and well done, the Ruststalkers. So next we're going to go with the Dragoon, and he gets 4 attacks hitting on 2s. Very good.
6s count as
many.
Yes,
That's like Tesla
hits.
Explodey kind of things.
Yes. So it gets 2 extra hits on a 6.
Okay.
Come on, lad.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so that's 2. So that's...
Look at him go. Wow. Yes. Nice.
Strength 8.
Very nice. Strength 8, wounding on 3s.
Actually, reading that right. Strength 8, AP minus 2.
Okay, so 80 minus 1 because of armor contempt. So take out, there's just 2 misses there. Okay, we'll add those up and I'll get my saves roll ready. All right, and here are my save rolls. 8 saves, minus 1 in the end.
1, yeah.
How much damage each?
2 damage each, I think.
Okay, so he will take 6 damage. That's going to leave him with 3 wounds left.
That's not as good as I wanted.
Well, your Skitarii might have a chance of finishing him off now. So we'll get their attacks together and we'll see what they end up with. Now we've got the Arc Maul on the Skitarii Sergeant, and it actually does stuff against vehicles. Yeah. So he's going to be hitting me on 3s thanks to his army-wide abilities he's got going on this turn. So do you hit?
Come on, lad.
That is a hit. Okay.
And you've got to have to CP that
He
one.
wants to CP. You've got all your fist attacks as well.
Yeah, I'll CP this one.
Okay, CP in that one. Oh, damn it.
Okay, 1 hit.
Now, it auto wounds on a 4+.
Come on, lad.
Yay! And it's AP2, which goes to AP1, which means I get a 4-up save. Hey! That would have been 2 damage if that had gone through.
And then the rest of the squad.
Okay, so these are just fist attacks coming in. Not too bad.
Great,
you are going to need... What's your strength?
Strength 3.
It's a shame. Okay. Got 1.
AP dash.
AP dash. Now, if I had actually paid for my armor tracks, this would be a 2-up save. But I didn't, so there we go. But it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So he has actually dropped down. And he's on his bottom bracket now. So that is not ideal for him. It would have been nice if you'd got that guy. Yeah. But to be fair, you've really battered him. And you did kill an infantry squad as well. So not too bad whatsoever.
I wasn't expecting it, so.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that Taser guy really did prove his worth. So that is the Admech turn. We'll add up their points. And then we'll go into guard turn 2. So, end of guard turn 2, movement and command phase, and Sam is literally...
in awe.
He's in awe. Like, guard don't normally move this fast.
Well, no, the tanks don't.
The tanks don't. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to full throttle. It means I get +2 move because of my Like the Wind regiment trait.
Yep.
+2 move because of full throttle, and I get to advance and counter stationary.
Yeah.
So, my Liam Russes that were back here, even with dense terrain, have got over here. That means that this guy can actually draw a line of sight to the back of that Skitarii squad, and it means this guy can actually draw a line of sight to the stick man there, which is pretty cool. And then also over here, what it meant was I did full throttle again. This tank command didn't really need it, but it meant that this guy could go 20 inches because he goes 12 inches, and then he got an advance roll of a 6, and then he gets another 2 because of full throttle, and he moved 20 inches over here, and he can now target the Ruststalker. So despite Sam's best attempts at blocking, He's actually, I've just been able to move around it. So it feels weird, guard tanks being fast, but vehicles should be faster than infantry. We've just been playing it backwards land for the last 5 years with the old Codex.
Yeah, it's still horrible.
Still horrible. I did move on this infantry squad here, and they've just jumped forward just to move the board. They should be fairly safe from any return fire there. And then everybody here fixed bayonets, and I realised that I can actually probably have a bit of a Barney with some Scutari. So we've actually got a commissar leading a bayonet charge, and we both hit on 3s, but I've got extra AP.
I don't know why.
It's great. I think that means we both statistically have the same hit and save value and the same number of attacks, but I'm going to have just more blokes just running at you.
Pretty much, yeah.
So cool. Like the order just goes up the line, fix bayonets! Bayonets! And the commissar's like waves his sword on, like, come on lads, follow me! Oh man, I'm absolutely vibing off this, what's happening right now. All right, so that is my movement and that is my command phase. I should say...
scan.
Yeah, I've got 2 markers down here to show that it has been special ordered and scanned. And likewise, this was scanned last turn and it was special ordered this turn. So that's got 2 markers on it as well. So doing all right on my secondaries. Let's do some shooting and see where we end up. So first bit of shooting I'm going to do on camera is this exterminator into this squad of Scutari here. So he's going to be hitting on 3s with his... autocannon, but no rerolls of any kind. And no hammer either.
Bloody hell.
He does hit with everything, but he doesn't auto wound. Not in this game, because again, we're not sure if hammer's going to be in the new Codex, or if it's going to be you can pick it to your regiment traits. Wounding on 2s.
Yes.
So he just dropped 1 there. Now AP 2.
So from 4s to 6s.
6s for bionics, yeah.
Come on, lads. Saved 1, so 4 down.
4 down, not too bad.
I'll take them off the end, because I'm pretty sure none will survive.
Well, these are only going to hit on 4s, these bolters.
I still reckon none will go there.
I think you'll be all right. So it should be about 4 or 5 hits and 2 or 3 wounds, something like that. So these are the heavy bolters coming in.
Good shooting.
No, terrible.
No, that's terrible.
You are thinking that I am. Oh look, there's a random not Mordian Glory 6 dice in there. That one can go away.
What?
And then we will be wounding on 3s. There you go,
2
man.
wounds.
Just 2 wounds. Just AP minus 1.
So 5s.
There you go. 2 more die. So there you go. You didn't lose the whole squad. You took a bit of a mauling, but that's it.
Bit of a bloodying there. Bloody nose.
So we'll pause there. We'll come back to the next unit. So now we have got this next exterminator going into the Rust Stalkers. So I will be shooting with the autocannon first. So 6 shots, hitting on 3s. No rerolls.
Doesn't need it.
Doesn't need it. Wounding on 2s. Now these are AP 2, which means you'll be on a 4-up save. For those that don't know, Rust Stalkers do get an extra pip of save for being in cover. An extra pip than everyone else does, I should say.
So 4s.
These will be 4s. Damage 2.
Yeah, so die if they don't make it.
Yeah.
So, okay,
just
1
loses
dead.
1. Okay, not bad. And then we've got some heavy blotters coming in here as well. So that is going to be 9 attacks, hitting on 4s. That's a bit better than the last guy.
Yeah, it was a lot better.
And these will be wounding on 3s. So these will be 3 ups.
Come on, lads, you can survive. Ooh,
1 more goes down.
I'm not going to see
It's
it.
flat damage 2. So there we go. So they're not too bad from the exterminators. Now what we're going to do, there's lots of little bits left. So we're going to do that off camera, and then we'll be back with some bayonet charges. Okay, after the shooting phase, we only killed 2 of those Rust Stalkers. I did manage to hit them with the Basilisk, and Sam had to make 2 5-up saves, and he made them both. So that went from me. I thought I was going to get at least 2 more of them, but no, he weathered that. And then the 2 tank commanders firing in here managed to kill the little Dragoon. Interestingly, the battle cannons basically did all the work, and the sponsor stuff has been a real letdown. My instinct is that you probably don't want to bother paying for sponsors on tanks anymore. They're all right, but
they were good. They've been good. Sometimes they've been good. They're hit or miss.
Yeah, I think if you're taking like a battle cannon, that's fine. But I think the Dakar tanks are worth it. Well, it's 10 points for every extra weapon that you stack on it, so it's an extra 20 points per tank.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I guess it just doesn't feel like when I was hitting against this guy who's got an inbuilt -1, and when I was hitting through the dens with the -1, I really felt it, man. I really felt it. Especially with no rerolls this time because I was full throttling. So that is my shooting. We've now got some charges. So Sam, if you could put the dice tray in the middle, please. We are going to do 1 unit, Commissar, 2 unit, and then we're going to go for 3 unit over here, trying to charge in against those Skitarii. So we'll go for the first unit. They should make it because you're just here. Yeah. Don't forget, guys, thanks to Swift as the Wind, I get +2 to my charge distance. So that is actually a 6-inch charge for the first unit. Commissar, easily in. Other unit, behind him. Easily in. That's a 12-inch charge. And then the other big unit, that'll be a 6. So we'll have to measure that one up. So can we do it there? I need to get to the wall. Which squad is it? It's going to be this squad here.
You're quite far out of 6, to be fair.
Okay, I'm going to 7 to the wall for engagement range.
7 to the wall.
Okay, so that would actually mean I would get in there because it's a 6-inch charge and then an inch engagement range.
Fair enough.
And then the last squad over here, we'll see if they can get in. They're not going to get in and they're not going to go to CP. So that is going to be 3 units of 3 10-man squads of infantry and a Commissar charging in against 10 Skitarii. Let's see what we can do, boys. We'll move them in and see where we end up. So this is where we end up. These Skitarii have been surrounded. We've got infantry attacking them from round the back with those longer charge distances. And then those ones that could just make it up to the front have gone here. So that's where we have ended up. Now each squad is going to get 11 attacks because I've got an auto gun in there. So I don't have my chainsword anymore. So I will be hitting on 3s. And that is it, hitting on 3s. So let's see what happens. Oh, that's quite nice.
Yeah, that's very nice.
This is the first squad. Obviously, Sam will get the chance to interrupt if he wants to. Only 2 wounds.
Okay.
Only 2 5-ups. So we've fixed some bayonets, but this
lads.
No. So we have killed 2. That's pretty good. Now, Sam, are you going to spend the CP to interrupt?
Yes, I will.
Okay, so we'll get your attacks together and we're back in a second. So Sam is going to fight back and he's going to put all of his attacks into the squad that is fighting him through the wall. Hope he's trying to clear a way out of this death trap. All right, go. 7 attacks, is it? Hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s.
Okay. It's not great.
No.
So this is just the fists.
They just weren't expecting it.
So 2 wounds.
So 2 wounds. I will have 2 armor saves of 5+. I make 1, so 1 guardsman has died. Do you have an arc maul as well?
Come on, Sarge.
This is the guy that's died.
The Sarge completely fluffed it.
The Sarge completely fluffed it. And I'm sorry, but Ben Hyman, you have died. You got rifle butted in the face. But the Sarge unfortunately did miss. All right, so it's back to the guardsman. So we're going to have... That was a waste 2 CP, yeah. So we will be back with the next full strength squad. Let's just keep it rolling. Miss there. And then wounding on 4s. Brutal strength with fixed bayonets. Brutal strength gives you +1 strength.
Does it?
I don't have it. It's a regiment trait. I'm just saying that'd be quite good actually for making combat guard. Oh, that's better. Okay, so that is going to be 5 wounds, Sam, at 5-ups.
Come on, lads.
Fixed bayonets. Okay, so 4.
I've down 6 men so far.
You've lost 6 men so far. So what have you got? Like 4 left?
Yep, 4 left. Last squad.
My God. All right, now the last squad should only have 10 attacks because you did just kill 1.
Oh, yeah.
So here goes 3s. Oh, no. The fighting through the wall is causing them tremendous problems. So we need to now wound on 4s. Hey!
Okay, so 5.
I mean, it's difficult to hit through all, but if you do manage it, apparently you must have enough strength to actually do something.
Okay, save for 1. I got 1 dude left.
There's 1 dude left, and we've got the Commissar to fight now. He is going to have 3 attacks base, +1 for his chainsword. He, I believe, doesn't get to benefit from fixed bayonets.
Thank God for that.
But he does hit on 3s.
Of course.
You stay on 2s, the Lord
Would you get hammer on melee combat?
No, never.
Oh, that's a shame.
Okay,
Wow.
It's 3 wounds. There's 1 guy left. You have to make all of these 4-up saves.
Go on, lad. That 1.
Are you going to use a CV?
No.
He's not going to use that CP.
I'd rather be able to retaliate.
So we have successfully fixed bayonets. We've cleared out the tin men, and that is a pretty cool guard turn 2. What a turn 2 for both sides. Normally we're shooting armies, Sam. What's going on here?
That took 3 squads, so I'm quite impressed.
Yeah, man. That was for those of you that were worried about combat guard. I think that's quite a good display of.
Yeah, I mean,
you
can get +1 strength.
+1 strength.
Then you can get your charge. Oh, well, that's good actually.
You can get priests can give a unit like 4 rolls to hit as well. Just the 1 though now. So it's not like chaplains. You know what I mean?
Could you give that to a big squad of conscripts?
They don't exist in the new Codex.
They don't exist.
Yeah. Well, apparently there's a rumor that there might be something, but I've not seen it in my playtester version. But we'll cut the camera there, guys. That was pretty exciting. We'll do some consolidation for the guard, and we'll see where we end up. So, AdMech turn 3, the aggression continues. Have you ever seen a more aggressive Skitarii army? They normally run around shooting things, not charging things. So the Rustalkers have come out here. They are going to... I did not... Again, Sam pulling out all of the 4D chess maneuvers. 5D chess, maybe. He moved his Rustalkers out here. I thought he was going to go and start tying up stuff down here. But he's like, no, must clear that infantry. An experienced player when fighting my guard. Yes. So he's going to try and clear those guys up with those. And then everything else just banzaied into the middle of the board. We've got the remaining Skitarii, the Inquisitor call. We've also got the robots moving up here as well. Now, these Skitarii down here, they moved and advanced, got a big old chunky advance roll. So because they've got assault weapons, they will be able to shoot, but they won't be able to join in the melee fun. Speaking of melee fun, your Canticle, I believe it is, was -1 to hit in combat this turn.
I'm not using any Skitarii ones because I don't want to diddle myself on weapon skill.
Fair enough. So now, interestingly, my order is until my next command phase. So you basically cancel out my +1 to hit on fixed bayonets, but I still get my +1 AP. But you'll probably just kill me before I get to anything.
Hopefully.
So that is the movement. Now we're going to do some shooting. Now what we're going to do, because we've shown a lot of the shooting off already. What we're going to do is we're going to shoot these guys on camera. And then we'll do the rest off camera and see where we end up, because it's going to be lots of little bits going into various different targets.
I'll do these guys now. They're very easy to do.
Okay, so are there any overcharging? What's going on?
Everything's overcharging because why not?
Why the hell not? What are you going to be shooting at?
Everything is going to be -1 to hit. It's going for obscuring, but it's going into that tank commander.
Okay, going through the dens and the tank commander. Now I'm going to spend 2 CP to have it's called adamantium plating, and it gives me reduced damage by 1,
which is good.
Because your damage 3, is it?
I think so, yes.
Okay, so we'll see what you get. So number of shots.
For each guy. Okay, one guy gets 6. Wow, that's terrible.
You can re-roll the 1 with a CP.
This is my only shooting bit, so yeah, why not?
Yeah, if you're going to use it, now is the time. Much better.
Perfect.
There we go.
So,
now you need to roll these one dude at a time.
So I'm overcharging.
Do they die or take wounds?
Just a wound.
Oh, it's worth it then. I remember back in the day, I think they used to kill themselves.
They did, yes. It was very horrific.
So you've got one guy who's got 2 shots, one guy who's got 4 shots, and one guy who's got 6 shots.
So the 2 shots.
2 shots. Hit on 5s.
1 hit.
He's got a hit. Just put that to one side.
Yep.
And then the guy with 4.
Overcharge, baby. Oh,
you can re-roll those 2 because you sort of just flung them randomly. So just
very nice of you.
Okay.
It takes 2 wounds.
But just get another hit on me.
Yep. And then the last 6.
Well, you did do a bit of a interesting fling at the dice tray. I thought it was only fair.
Okay, so that's 2 more hits, and then this guy
3 more hits. So there's a 5 there.
Yes. This guy also takes another 2 more wounds. So,
okay, so no one's dead.
No, but we are.
Or is it the unit that takes it?
It's the model.
Okay.
Which is 2 and a 2.
That's interesting.
So I'm strength 8.
I'm toughness 8.
These guys are so tough. Oh, only 2.
Only 2. Now AP.
-3.
So it becomes -2. Which means I have a 2 up save, which means I have a 4 up save against this.
Yep, and I think it's only 1 damage now.
And I pass them both. Is that the cursed 6 again? No, that's an alright one. It just looked a bit funny. The cursed dice is still actually over there. I can just see it. So that is the shooting for the adamant we're going to do on camera. The reason we did it that way, guys, is I wanted to show off adamantium plating. Even if Sam hadn't been going through dents, I would have spent another CP for smoke screen. Just goes to show how tough you can make a tank commander these days. We've seen that in the last battle report and this one. So we'll do the rest off camera, and then we'll be back with Sam's charge and fight phase. So after the phosphor bastard had stopped blasting, we ended up with just 3 infantry left in the middle of the board there. They got the firepower from everything from bolt pistols, eradication beams, advanced radium carbines, a couple of little gun guys here as well. Me and Sam were just saying how we're so used to them just being so daiquiri, but this time they're just hard.
Yeah,
they're like Bulgrins. They're just hard. He also managed to plink off the 2 guys from that objective there, and he also managed to do get a wound through there, which is 2 damage. So with leaving Russ as being 13 wounds, though, it's still very nice. So now we're going into the charge phase. Sam, what are you going to do?
Okay, so bit out of board. These robots are going to try a long-range charge into these guys.
Into these guys? The first squad or the second squad?
Second squad.
The squad back here.
So I don't mind if they fail, so...
Okay, fine, fair enough.
Go for the broke. No.
That is a fail.
Okay, the Rustalkers?
They're going in... Oh, I understand now, yeah. So they're going to there. Okay,
Overwatch?
Yeah, I got it to burn, man. So
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll do my Overwatch. We'll do that off camera. Yeah, it's not a problem. We'll do some more charges.
Okay, so Belisarius Cool's just going to advance into them. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, the flesh is weak. I will use you for servitors.
The Inquisitor will also just walk in.
Okay. So, you can loop him round if you want to try and do things for stop me from getting you.
The Skitarii are also going to go in. So to give you the -1 toughness, just to. I mean, it's 3 guardsmen, but why not? There's 2 more down here as well. Yeah,
I was going to say, I think I killed 6, so there should be 4 left in that squad. Oh, you had 11-man squad, didn't you? Oh, baby.
Okay, and we'll do the... Do you know what? In fact, if I put them all over there, I'm going to try and get this Tech Priest in as well. Why not?
Okay, yeah, you go, girl.
Go on, lad. No.
No. CP, last one?
No.
No, not worth it. No.
It is both dice, though.
It is both dice?
What do I have left to actually run CP on? That.
You haven't rolled that charge yet. You can roll it now.
Good point.
Because technically you would roll it and then I would Overwatch. They'll be in because you get the extra inch for engagement range, man.
They're in.
Yeah, so now you get to decide. You did declare and I declare Overwatch. So a little bit out of sequence, but we're all good. Do you want to spend that last CP to get the Tech Priest in?
What else am I going to spend CP on? Nothing. So yes.
He's going for it. Nice. Might as well.
Not?
Very, very well made. I think you'll have to go round, but with your 8-inch engagement range, with the extra engagement range, I think you'll have it. We'll measure it off camera. We'll do the Overwatch camera. We'll see where we end up.
I think.
So we are back partway through the AdMech fight phase. Now, where we're up to, guys, and the reason we've come back here is I'm about to show Sam some chicanery.
Yes.
All right. So what happened over here is these guys went in. I actually heroically intervened with the tank. Because Liam and Russ's Sam have got 6 attacks each now.
Ooh.
And that's an armoured unit. So if I spend 1 CP for crush them, it hits you on 3s.
Okay.
And it does 6s to mortal wound.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and run you over. But over here, we'll be back. We've spent our CP there. Over here, this is the results for Cole's wounds. He's just killed all 3 guardsmen. However, before I remove this guy, and then I remove this guy. However, before I remove the Voxman, he calls in a fire mission on his position. Fire on my target. The Emperor protects. And I roll a dice for each unit within 3 inches. And on a 4+, D3 mortal wounds. So it's not too bad.
That's really bad.
It's funny as fuck, man. I have poo-pooed this throughout all the leaks. And now it's actually turned out it might actually do something.
Okay.
So, we're going to start off with the Skitarii unit. On a 4+. No!
Okay, that's good.
Okay, we're going to start with the other Skitarii unit. No! On the Inquisitor. Come on! Yes!
Ooh.
On the Tech Priest, little Tech Priest. No! And on Call himself. No. So it was a total waste of 2 CP. But I do get through D3 mortal wounds to your Inquisitor.
Uh-oh.
1!
Worth every penny.
And that was terrible. And now he dies.
And now we have the crushing attack.
And so we'll do the consolidates of that off camera there. Now my Liam Russ is going to try and run you over. So I believe it has 6 attacks now. Okay. It normally hits on a 4+, because it's armoured, it hits on a 3+.
4+ is really good still.
It used to hit on 2s. It's actually a nerf.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hitting on 3s.
Wow.
So that's a miss. And then I need to wound you on 2 because I'm strength 8. Yep. No, strength 7. So I've done a mortal wound to you and 3 more wounds. No AP.
Okay, so I'm on 4-ups.
Yeah.
Don't die, lads.
No! I thought I was hurting. And then I've got some guardsmen which are going to try and kill you. So I've got 3 models left in the guardsman squad. Yep. One of them's a sergeant. They're not fixed bayonets. So 1 hit. 1 wound. Can we do another wound to you? No. So sadly, we don't kill you. Again, guys, that probably isn't the most tactical use of CP. It doesn't matter. We're showing things off. We're play testing. We're seeing how things work. Exactly. We have done a wound to you there. So I mean, at the end of the day, with the new turret weapon rule, I'll hopefully clear those guys off with my hull weapons and storm bolters, and then I'll just shoot my turret out into some stuff over there. So hopefully it won't be a problem in any way, shape, or form. And guys, it was a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
So there we go.
It had potential.
Yeah, exactly. So that is that's basically the end of the AdMech turn. You can do some consolidates, and we're back with guard, movement, and command phase turn 3. So end of guard command and movement phase. This tank commander did shock and awe on these two Lehman Russes, which meant that they then counted as being OBSEC, and then they moved on to this objective, and they've taken it off the Skitarii.
Yes, they have.
Crazy times, crazy times. And this one is poking his guns out here, so he'll be able to shoot back and hopefully clear them up as well. The Beowulf got healed another few wounds from the engine sear, and then it moved forward and is now going to be trying to melt, baby melt, not quite burn, baby burn, some, or toxic gloop, baby toxic gloop, some Skitarii in here. We then, for our infantry orders in the middle, we just went fixed bayonets and everyone. It was not the tactical choice, but it was the correct choice. And basically everyone pushed forward again. Honestly, that extra inch of movement.
It's so handy.
It's Eldar fast, baby. It's crazy.
You don't think it adds up, but it really does.
Yeah, I decided to push forward with my command squad. I actually used a commissar order turn as well. And I used get back in the fight with them. They are going to fall back and they are going to choose to charge. Because there's nothing for them to shoot. But they might be able to weigh in over here. Or they might be able to help with this tank commander if he doesn't quite clear himself off. And the last thing to mention, which is quite important, is the commissar and a remaining unit of infantry moved over here, and I used a move order on them, and they went 14, and the commissar just got a 6, so he went 12. I have not given commissars the regiment traits because I don't believe they get it. It's a little unclear in the version I've got, but I've decided, they're not within the regiment, they're advisors, so they probably wouldn't get it. Just like last battle report, I didn't give it to the Ogrins because they're abhumans. For me, I'd rather err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
So that is the movement. We will do some shooting. I think there's only really a couple of bits that are worth getting on camera. We're going to see what this Beowulf can do. And we're going to see if this guy can shoot his way out of combat. Once we've done that, we'll do the rest off camera, guys, and we'll see where we end up. Okay, so let's start with the Beowulf. We've got the dice tray here.
First time I've seen it firing.
Yeah, no one's ever seen one fire before. So the chem cannon gets D3 plus 3 shots.
What is it?
It does. So 6 shots.
6 hits.
6 hits, even, yes. Okay. We're doing this live. Talk amongst yourselves whilst I get the dice. There we go. Right. So this will wound on 2s, and then you'll be on your bionics.
Okay.
Is the flesh weak, Sam? We're going to find out. So firstly, I get 5 wounds.
That's just enough for the entire squad.
That's just enough for the entire squad.
There's
now...
8 minus 3, so that's 6 up bionics. Come on,
it is
baby.
indeed.
Okay.
How many bionics do you have? You rolled 1 too many dice.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because you failed them all. So yeah, the Beowulf meta is back, baby! And we've killed those 5 Skitarii there. And then the last thing to do...
This is not radiation, sir.
It's not radiation. It's toxic waste. It's their own industrial waste that we're shooting back at them. And then we've got the tank commander here. He's going to put his heavy blotters and his las cannon and his storm bolter into here. And he's going to fire, because of the new turret weapon rule, he can fire his blast weapon out of combat.
Ooh.
And he's going to fire it into there. They are still super resistant, I believe.
Yes, they are.
Then I'll tell you what, I'm going to fire it over here.
Okay,
so we'll see if he manages to clear himself out first.
So these are hitting on 5s, right?
Yes, indeed.
Ooh,
indeed.
Might survive.
You very well might survive. So we're going to Stormbolter. A hit. They do have Gunner's Kill on sight, though. If you remember, I did order that. So no, it's just the 1 hit. And it is a wound. And you have a 4 up.
Yep, 4 up. Yes.
Okay, so now we've got the heavy blotters. Okay.
Come on, lads. You can survive.
Okay, just the 1.
Okay.
I'm feeling less confident about this charge that I did with the tank commander. It was seemed foolish now. It has wounded though.
Okay. So 5 up.
Okay, we got that one.
One just explodes.
Just one just explodes. And then we've got a laser cannon, which misses. Okay, I don't know if I had any rerolls for the heavy bolters, but I'm not going to worry about it. So then we've got the Battle Cannon, as they say on the continent.
Is it still -1 for being in combat or not?
I think it probably is, because the vehicle itself is in combat. So it goes back to a 4 up.
Nice.
Because you can't... But then the dense terrain goes back to a 5 up.
Only can have modify it by 1 though.
But I've got a +1. So there's 2 minuses involved, and 1 plus involved. So it becomes a 5 up to hit.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Number of shots. That's just going to be 5 shots.
But it hits on 3's base, right?
No, 4's base. Yeah, now he's getting it. 2 hits.
Good shooting.
Would have been hammer if I was fucking playing with that rule. It'd be so funny if... I mean, I will say right now, I hope we get both.
Yeah.
Because you do know it's not having it.
Mm.
I still think I'd rather take the regiment traits, but I have noticed not having
Yeah,
it.
there's several times it would have been really handy.
That's good.
Oh.
No wound rolls there. Very sad times. Okay, so that is...
mini tanks.
Yeah, your mini tanks, yeah. He's like, I can't kill my fellow tractor people. So we'll do the rest of the shooting off camera and we'll see where we end up. So, end of guard shooting. This is what it looks like. We were able to kill 2 of the robots down there using a combination of battle cannon and exterminator autocannon from this tank and this tank over here. We were able to whittle the Skitarii down here down to 2 guys. I really, really wish I'd used take aim now.
Yeah.
But it was just a bit of fun. I thought, you know what, let's keep memeing. Let's keep doing the fixed bayonets. And now we are going to have to use those bayonets to clear up what's in there. And then what we're going to... And what else happened was we were able to clear up a couple of the infantry down here using this exterminator.
Yeah, that underperformed a little bit.
That did underperform. I really just noticed not having reroll ones to hit.
Yeah.
Shock and awe was good, but I probably should have done it with shock and awe on him. But I can only get 1 order per tank commander, so no, I did exactly what I could have done. So that's fine. I haven't done anything wrong there. So now, basically, it's going to be my charge phase, guys. And what I'm going to try and do here is just bum rush the centre. Because if I don't, Sam's going to heroically intervene and clear me off anyway. So if I just rush in with everyone that I've got, hopefully I'll have enough obsec left in the day to be able to mean that he only starts with 1 primary on his turn. Now, I'm actually currently holding... If I take that middle, I hold all 4.
Yeah.
So that'll be pretty
5.
big.
Yeah, 4.
So I am losing my infantry big time. My tanks are doing all right after the initial...
Fantastic job.
Yeah, but we're both sort of... neither one of us can really hurt each other because of my lack of AP on a lot of my guns. So yeah, that's kind of... So we'll see. We'll do the charge phase and we'll just do all the rolling off camera because it's going to be loads and loads of little bits. And we'll see where we end up after the glorious bayonets charge has finished. So after the noodle fest, that was the guard combat phase. I mean, you've got 2 shooting armies trying to fight in combat from turn 2. I think me and Sam may have played the game wrong. Basically, I managed to kill 2 whole Skitarii. And then... and a Rustalker, although the command squad did nothing, and I had to spend a CP to run him over again, which only just managed it. If Sam hadn't been out of CP, he would have actually probably been able to save him. And then over here, the Commissar got into an epic duel with the Inquisitor and failed, and the Inquisitor fought back and failed. And then I beat the crap out of the 2 Skitarii, and then did no damage to the Tech Priest. And the Tech Priest killed 1 guy back. The one clever trick that I did do is the squad that was here, the little 3-man squad, I actually charged them into Call because then he couldn't heroically intervene into a bigger squad and kill like 5 or 6 guys. So Call spent his turn just killing 3 sacrificial goobers, and that was it. So I lost 4 guys in combat, and Sam lost 2. Yes. I have obviously massively consolidated and stuff and charged about him. So the objective very much is mine, to the point where, what a turnaround. Now Sam is only going to start on 1 objective, and I'm actually going to, depending on what happens, I'm comfortably going to have like 3. So we'll see how it goes. But it's pretty close now. The Skitarii have got...
There's no Skitarii left.
There's like 3 guys down here. I think the Admech are losing assets quicker than the Guard are.
Yes.
But I basically haven't touched that unit. And I don't have a lot of guns that are very effective against it because they can just keep ignoring AP -1 and 2. So they are tough. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, the Admech are ahead on points. But the Guard might start pulling it back turn 4, turn 5. We shall see how it goes. But that is the end of the Guard turn. We're now into the Skitarii turn. We'll see how much we need to do on camera. It may be a bit of a summary one, and we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so end of Admech turn 4. We did a summary turn because it was basically pretty simple. Yep. Call came out of the wall here, shot a solar atomizer into the side of a tank commander. Tank commander popped some smoke and had some adamantium plate and ended up only taking 3 damage.
Yep. Bloody hell.
So durable.
That's one of the strongest anti-tanks in the game.
And he just was like,
Yeah.
adamantium plates.
I don't need no invuln.
I don't need no invuln. He actually had a fire of invuln as well. Yeah.
He didn't even need it.
He didn't even need it. And then that was from the tech. Oh no, this guy had the fire of invuln for the tech priest, sorry. And then he charged the traitorous tech priest on my side over here and just killed him. Just absolutely battered him. So that was that. And then over here, we had a bit of a swirling melee. All of the guardsmen died. And by doing that, it meant that there was only 6 of my models on the objective. But Sam also had 6. He has his 4 robots, his data smith, and his inquisitor who fell back. So that meant that Sam took me off 2 objectives this turn, which means I won't be getting 12 victory points. I'll just be getting 8 primary. So Sam, despite the fact we're both down to almost no infantry, Sam is still managing he's managing to keep me off the primary as well. So that is the end of the Admech turn 4. We'll do a summary guard turn, and then we'll see what's left and we'll add up the points, because it might be that that could be the end of the game. Because we'll see how much firepower the guard can bring to bear.
There's going to be a lot of firepower coming in.
I mean, I've not lost any of my big tanks yet. So
you could easily just park up and just gun them down.
Blast, yeah. Sam, to let you guys know, Sam wasn't in range to loci them. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they now can suffer from AP -1 and AP -2 shots.
Yeah, so
and I think that's going to make a big difference.
I imagine it's going to be a tank there, and there.
Yeah, probably, man.
And a basilisk shooting.
And a basilisk as well. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. But
I imagine just Cool's going to be the last guy standing. Who's like, what's happened?
What just happened to everyone? Yeah, man. So we'll see what happens, and we'll be back at the end of the guard turn. Okay, so end of guard turn 4, and there's actually way more left than I expected. Sam just kept rolling saves like a mother flipping expert. So 2 of the robots remain, but we have managed to kill the Inquisitor with a Basilisk shell. We killed those 2 robots, and that meant the Inquisitor was fair game. And by doing that, it meant that Sam can't get any more warp rituals. So we realised we weren't going to hurt the robots anymore, so we went for a sniper Basilisk on the Inquisitor. Now that's the end of guard turn 4, and because those robots are still alive and core still going, we're actually going to play out turn 5. So we'll go do a summary turn, we'll do both sides off camera, and then we'll just come back with the final score.
Alright.
So end of turn 5 and end of the game. We did a summary for both players because basically we could work out what the points were. The only way Sam could get any more points was by killing a couple of my vehicles. And he put absolutely everything he could into everything, all the axes and combat and everything and shooting. And he did no wounds to the Banewolf. I just kept making saves and I had that -1 to hit on it.
I couldn't wound, and when I did wound, the save was made.
Yeah. And then he charged in against the tank commander, and it's just so tough trying to kill the tank commander. Yeah. So he didn't do any damage there. And then in my return, we didn't actually bother rolling a lot of the shots because it didn't really matter. So what we ended up doing is like, how can I max out my points? So what I did is I inflexible commanded, and we just said that those 2 guys were able to kill that tractor guy there. That got me the 4 points of flexible command. Boots on the ground, my officer fell back here, and then I've got a squad in here and here, and that gave me 3 more points for that. And then special orders, I totally flubbed it, man. I think there's a couple. I think I actually kind of forgot I had that as a secondary, and I probably should have focused into it a little bit more. I only needed to get that objective once, and I probably could have done it. So
yeah,
that was a bit silly for me. I just waited 5 points there. That's silly of me. But the end, so it was actually really, really close. And the one thing that swung it in the guard's favour was the fact that, and I've said this so many times at 40k, I went second, so I scored at the end of turn 5, so I got 12 points.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was the big swing.
Yeah.
And so the final score was 62 to the Admech and 73 to the guard. So neither player was like getting 90 plus points. It was not a smashing in any way, shape or form. And one thing that Sam sort of said at the end was, I wish I'd taken
thin their ranks. Anything that wasn't involving the vehicles.
Yeah.
They're so tough.
Because the vehicles are just too tough to kill. And even though there's loads and loads of them and you can easily max it if you kill them all, you actually just struggle to ever touch them. And we've seen that in 2 battle reports now with the new guard tanks.
So I'd rather have not almost wasted my shooting at them. So
if you'd gone for thin the ranks or no prisoners, whatever it's called these days, you killed 70 infantry. And then you got a few of the bits here and there. I think that would have scored you another 10 points.
Yeah, could have. And
Could have
so
easily drawn the game for
I
you.
honestly spent like there's a good 3 turns. I kept trying to hit your tank commanders and did like 2, 3 wins.
Yeah, it was just nothing, man.
And then it was literally. What I have learned now is always take a tech priest with your guard tanks.
Yeah.
If you don't take any damage, at least you can repair what you take.
Exactly. I mean, there was that guy had like taken a couple of wounds as well, but at the end of the day, I lost those first 2 Bane Wolves in turn 1, and then didn't lose anything for 4 more turns of the game.
I wasn't for lack of trying.
No, and you had we took out a bit of your long range anti tank, but I still think you had things like some sneaky Skitarii weapons like plasma. You had the Daka bots as well. Just
plasma culverins.
You still had lots. Yeah, When
you can spend 3 CP just to make it almost untouchable, it's just like, oh no.
Yeah, smokescreen and ablative armor, ablative plating is a really, really powerful combination. But it's a really good one, yeah. So a couple of last tiny little highlights for me. I really noticed having the 5+ get CP back Warlord trait. That was really good. And the extra order on the command squad was good until all the infantry died, and then it didn't really matter. You definitely don't really need more than 3 infantry orders. And the commissar orders came up once again. Yes. So that's 10 turns I've used commissar orders between the 2 battle ports, and they've come up in a negligible way.
Hammer wasn't really missed with your vehicles, though.
No, I didn't even have hammer in this game. I did notice it with my infantry.
Yeah, really, because lasguns actually acting like lasguns now was
bad. Yeah, lasguns didn't do anything this time. I didn't really notice it as much with my big tanks. But that is the battle report. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have, give it a like and subscribe to the channel to make sure you never miss an episode. I want to shake Sam's hand on camera as well. Say good game before I forget. Good game, man. Thank you for coming down, Sam. And if you really want to support the channel, then please consider becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter. That's to you guys watching. That's not to Sam. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And of course, as always, I'll see you guys next time.